So do you mind if I do the text because it's not finishing? And we have to finish. So today we are here that verse 30. That is whatever harmful acts of the body, speech and mind I have done in a disturbed mental state toward the three jewels of refuge, my parents, my spiritual master and others. And all the grave wrong done by me so thoroughly vile and polluted with an abundance of faults, I openly declare to the guise of the world. But I may will be perish before all my transgression have purified. So please protect me in such a way as will swiftly and surely free me from them, the untrustworthy Lord of death, waits not for things to be done or undone, whether I am sick or healthy, this fleeting lifespan is unstable. Living all, I must depart alone, yet through not having understood this, I committed various kinds of wrongdoing for the sake of my friend and foes. My foes will become nothing, my friends will become nothing, I too will become nothing, likewise all will become nothing. Now I'm going to read the commentary. Do you mind? Are you sure? I'm not boring? Are good? Okay, now commentary. Here's the third point. So we have four, remember? To purify, we need to practice four antidotes, which is power of foundation, and power of application, and power of regret, and power of promise. So these four antidotes, with us it, we will purify all our karmas, individual karma, collective karma, your all can be purified by practicing this. So here is the third point is the commentary. The person who has mistaken, that is I myself, confess whatever harm I may ever have done towards the three jewels, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, or towards my parents, and towards any other such high object of merit. I confess all these actions which were caused by mental afflictions known as the three poisons. So it means three poisons are fundamental ignorance. The fundamental ignorance is the root poison, and then other poisons are like anger and attachment. These three poisons. Through three poisons, then we create 6 afflictive delusions, and this will extend to the 20 secondary delusions, and this will extend to the 84,000 afflictive delusions, 1,100 attachment, 1,100 anger, 1,100 ignorance, and the combination of this 1,100 together, so altogether 84,000 afflictive emotions, but all comes to these three poisons, which were expressed by either by bodily actions or actions of the body, actions of the mind, or actions of the speech. All actions are afflictive actions are motivated by the three poisons. Anyhow, next is the fourth. I am a person full of negative actions. I have infected by the great number of bad deeds, but emotions such attachments which will act as cause that will bring me karmic result of a birth in the hell or light. All the negative deeds that I have done, action like killing and like are going to create for me immense suffering. They are therefore dreadful and I confessed them to every one of the guides. Next is the part about developing regret out of fear. You may die while you still possess the negative deeds, and so on. Suppose that I die while I still possess the negative deeds. Suppose I was unable to clean myself of the deed immediately after committing it and failed to clean it from my mind. The load of death then could come and I could be finished off first, and I will have to take a birth in one of the lower realms. So I must avail myself of any way possible in which I will certainly be freed from my negative actions, and that I do so speedily, and I do so. I beg you protect me by helping me to do so. Now, what kind of protection you are asking? You're asking, please protect me. What kind of protection we are asking? One may ask, is it that we need so quickly while we have yet to die and have still not purified ourselves of our bad deeds? This Lord of death cannot be trusted, even for a single moment of time, and he waits for no one. He has absolutely no interest in whether you have finished purifying yourself of negative actions or not. He is coming in. No, it depends upon whether you have hope to do so is done or not. All sorts of people die suddenly before their life has reached its normal length, and whether they have gone through some sickness or whether they are still well. Therefore, you should feel no certainty about your life, no assurance, even that you will not die this every day. And since this fact that you can feel no certainty is true, you should quickly purify yourself of negative actions. So it means we should remember whatever we remember, so we should purify every day. Next is the point about meaningless misdeed. Here first we cover the kind of regret you have about negative actions you have committed for the sake of your relatives, for the sake of your body, for possessions, or anything of life, all because you failed to realize how there was nothing you could ever depend upon. After that will come a metaphor or example to show how at the moment of death none of this anything more than a memory. Then we will cover the kind of regret you reach about committing these kind of negative actions once you have seen directly as well how none of these things for whom you committed the action were in any way something you could depend upon. And then finally we will discuss the regret that you will develop over the negative deeds you committed because you failed to realize there was no certainty at when you would die. Here is the first of 4 points. I will have to give up all my relatives, all my possessions and the rest, even the flesh, blood and such came with me when I was born and traveled on the life beyond alone by myself. But I have failed to realize this fact, and so I have committed an entire variety of bad deeds for the sake of protecting my friends, defeating my enemies. This is the reason I should now feel regret. And it was wrong to commit bad deeds for this reason, because shortly afterward the enemies ceased to exist and friends ceased to exist and myself ceased to exist as well. Just so everything else, the relative, the possessions and on ceased. I purely seek refuge in the Dharma which they have realized, clear away the fears of cycle of existence, and also the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. I remembering trembling with fear of myself to Samandabara, Bodhisattva Samandabara, to Manju Gosha, Buddhisha, Manjushri. Also, I make gift of my body to the protector Avalokiteshvara without compassion. While infallibly act with compassion, I utter and mournful cry, please protect this miscreant. In my search for refuge, I cry from my heart for Bodhisattva Akshagarbha and Bodhisattva Siddhagarbha, these eight Bodhisattvas. And all the compassionate protector, and I seek in Vajrapani upon the side of whom all harmful beings, such as messenger of death, flee and terror in all directions. Previously, I transgressed your advice, but now upon seeing this great fear, I go to you for refuge. By doing so, may this fear be simply cleared up. This is some minor pleasure that you might experience during your dream time, when you wake up. The pleasure is no longer anything but a memory. If you have dreamed something like that, maybe sometimes, maybe you dream, you become king, or dreaming maybe you find lots of money, or dreaming you're in a beautiful palace. When you wake up, all the memory is just nothing like that. All the objects that you may deceive yourself into thinking are pleasant in this life, and which use are the same. When you die, they are soon nothing but some memory. Therefore, you should resolve from this moment on, and time again, that you will only practice the Dharma. All those things that have passed are no longer here, and so they become nothing more than memories. So it's belief Dharma is the, when we talk about Dharma is the teaching. And so if you practice Dharma, so then this Dharma is like your best friend, best company, because it will help you no matter where you are. When you are dying, Dharma will help you. When you are going to rebirth, Dharma will help you. When you are having difficulty, you can use Dharma. So Dharma is kind of like medicine. So it will kind of like internal, possessions. It will give you kind of like lasting happiness. It's not like ordinary pleasure. Ordinary pleasure give you some kind of pleasure, but not last long. It will change. It is momentarily changing, because it is the pleasure, ordinary pleasure, and the quality of the samsara nature. Samsara nature is always changing. So the quality of Dharma is the only practice Dharma can help you. If you believe Dharma, if you believe karma, or if you believe karma or Dharma, then no matter where you are, whether you are working, or whether you are talking, or whether you are eating, or you can do lots of good things. Dharma is not like something sitting on the cushion. Dharma can be everywhere. So all Dharma, Buddha, talk about 84,000 teachings. We have no time to study, right? Especially in the West, everyone busy working, and we don't have time, But we can make all Buddha's teaching, make summary. All Buddha's teaching, all 84,000 teaching are one purpose or one point, to mean to discipline our mind, to subdue our mind. Then if you subdue your mind, create, decreasing your negative energy or negative action, then this is Dharma. Dharma is not something you have to sit on the cushions and close your eyes, isn't it? Not something like that. It means Dharma is something, something like medicine, which help to purify your mind, which help to make your mind more gentle, more kind. It's not, making minimize your negative energy, reduce the energy of negative energy. Then eventually Dharma protect us. So only practice Dharma helps. Even here in the present movement, in that time we have lived, we have seen many who were our friends and many who were our enemies slip into the path. But whatever dreadful consequences may be from all the negative that we committed for their sake, still lies before us. It is like lions that say, since they can never take upon themselves any share of the suffering, what use then are the best of friends who only serve to hinder us? Thus we must feel over again and again deep regret having bad deeds for their sakes. In just single instant time, as I live in this condition of having no certainty when it is that I will die, this is to say, certainly without my even realizing it, I commit a great number of different bad deeds due to my ignorance, my tendency of the liking something and disliking other things. These now will take me rebirth in the lower realm. I must complete that the fact of how any death is certain and how the time that I will die is not certain at all. And how when I die there is nothing that it can help except the dying. I must think carefully of all the problems of this lower realm. I must feel and feel again and again deep regret then having committed these negative deeds. These bring us to the fourth step in explanation of the forces. The practice of learning to fear negative deeds. Here too there are four parts. Number one is, the first is learning to feel fear about the certainty of death. Second is, which is fact because you cannot add any time onto your life. And third is, which is melting away constantly. And fourth is, without movement, hesitation, it is to feel fear that you might die while you still possess negative deeds. Second is thinking about how if you fail to purify yourself, the power of negative actions, you will force even in this very life to experience suffering. Third is description of the reason why great fear will come. And fourth is the description of how in your future life you will be tormented by pain. Here is the first of the four. No matter which of the three kinds of activities of the body, speech and mind, engage is going somewhere, sitting somewhere or sleeping or during the day and all night without hesitating even for a moment, this life is forever dropping, which is to say decreasing. There is no extra life set aside somewhere that is ever going to come to you later. How then, for that reason, could it ever happen that someone like me would certainly die? It is definitely I will die, and there is no certainty when will I die. Therefore, I must make great effort to purify myself. All my negative actions, one read the Tibetan word drop in the words which alternate spelling. It becomes the word for mark in the section Then we read, if you fail to perform good deeds, then when you die, you will experience the suffering caused by the sensation of having life stopped. You may be lying down on your bed, surrounded by your friends, family, people who love you with their whole heart, but it is only you alone. You will have to undergo the pain. And the problem is not only that, there is no one there who can stop the terror. The messenger of Lord of Death in hideous form take hold of you. What is the use of your family at that point? And what use are friends? Only the Dharma can protect you at that moment. Okay, so this transformation, have to finish this, right? Are you bored? You're not boring. Very good. No, sure. So it means this is Shantideva was talking about, we are mainly teaching about impermanence. It means he reminds us to practice Dharma. He reminds us to do something good. He is saying that my friends will become nothing, my enemies will become nothing, I too will become nothing. Everything step by step become nothing. So we see many, I've seen many, my friends who have passed away, all in memory. I've seen many people in my life. All are just memory, just even in the monastery, I've seen many great masters, all are memory. My friends, many. Some are young, some are old, just like memory. And also using many people just on memory. And so Shantideva was telling us, reminding us to practice Dharma, to practice Dharma. Because Dharma, it means to purify our mind. When you purify your mind, then this is Dharma. This will protect you, no matter where are you, even your process of dying, even you are having difficult, if you use the Dharma, this will help you. So that means he's talking about purify the mind, right? To purify the mind. So when we talk, he's talking about purifying the mind means he's talking about meditate on the mind. Meditate on the mind. Meditate on the mind means meditate on the nature of the mind. When meditate on the nature of the mind means the nature of the mind have complementary three essential points which simultaneously inseparably our nature of mind, isn't it? So nature of mind is empty, So when you realize empty nature of mind will dispel our ignorance. Because all problem is created by ignorance. So when you realize empty nature of the mind, there is no room of ignorance. You know what I mean? No room of ignorance. So it means the nature of mind is complementary with three essential points which cannot separate, You must think about during meditation time, Now, number 1 point is openness. Number 2 point is clarity. Number 3 point is sensitivity. These three cannot separate. So openness means, generally speaking, mind is thinker, Mind is thinker, right? Mind is thinker. This is why mind is thinker, mind is knower, mind is kind of like all object appear to the mind, and it's knower, it's thinker, and we Everyone say, I want this, I do not want this, I want to listen, I want to do something, all based on the mind, isn't it? Everyone, I want, I do not want, I want to be happy, I can hear, I can smell, I can taste, I can distinguish, I can say good and bad, all whatever, in the basis of mind. So from that, looking from that viewpoint, it seems to be like mind is exist, because we do everything on the basis of mind, right? We see, we smell, we taste, we distinguish because of mind. And from that perspective, it seems to be mind do exist, right? But when we go further, when we search the mind, and that's the question, when we search the mind, it is not like physical object, Physical object, we can measure, say good, we can dimension like shape, color, but it's not something like that. So when we search that, thinker, knower, if you really search from your body, from your head down to the toes, you will very difficult to find, right? When you say my hand, it seems to be, related to the hand, right? My body seems to be in your body, you know what I mean? My hand, my body, my friend, my enemy, all me, I, things like that. But if you really, really, really analyze from your forehead down to your toes, whole your body, very, very difficult to find that mind, right? So then it seems to be non-existence, When you say, I think, you say, mind is no, I see, I can smell, then that viewpoint, it do exist, When you search, you cannot find if you analyze through your body, from forehead down to the toes. But when you thoroughly finish analyzing, right? If you go analyze this, finish, and then you will notice the quality of mind is something, There's no neither dimension of the characteristic of shape, color, Neither, quality of mind is neither dimension of shape, color, something like that. And then that quality is open, like space, Then this is like space, So the nature of mind cannot be located anywhere, There's no location of the nature of mind, right? Your nature of mind, your mind, if you look, then you confirm your nature of mind, any part of your body, but nothing, The nature of mind is not located. So it is omnipresent mind, right? It is omnipresent, penetrating, embarrassed with all pervading any, and it will never ever change. Nature is indestructible, right? So that means, that is quality of one essential quality of mind means openness. You will omnipresent mind. It encompasses everywhere, from here Australia to India, from here to America, mind like speed. There's no limitation, no limit. That quality is openness quality. Now what happened when openness is just like empty space, right? Empty space, if the space is empty and dark, then what happened? You cannot see anything, right? So the dynamic quality of mind is clarity, dynamic quality. It has two qualities. Number one quality is, then it is like dark room, empty dark room. The empty space there, but you can't see anything, no light. This luminous clarity is not like sunlight, not like moonlight, not like electricity light. It is dynamic mind's cognition and experience the object. So therefore, a clear light mind, clear light mind. So that quality is called the clarity of the mind. Sensitivity means, Tibetan we called, it is freedom of all experience. Mind have potential to be Buddha, It has potential, Buddha nature, When the mind is, when you realize nature of the mind, then pure mind. When your nature mind is clouded, when your nature of the mind is obscure, then ignorance. Then mind becomes impure mind. Impure mind, then you are in the samsara, then creating all these afflictive emotions. So the sensitivity is quality of the mind with all the aspects. Mind have potential to see all the aspects without obstacles, like the Buddha's mind is omniscient mind, So omniscient mind, cognize all the phenomena, and there's no hidden phenomena for the Buddha, right? For us, we have three, right? For us, we have manifesting phenomena. Us, we have hidden phenomena. Us, we have extremely hidden phenomena, right? The manifesting phenomena are, it's manifesting to our eyes, ear, nose, we see, we hear. These are non-conceptual mind, perceiving the object directly. Something, we cannot see, right? Then something we cannot see for us is hidden phenomena. If something is hidden phenomena, then we have to use conceptual mind. We have to think. You have to use the logic. You think. Or something. It's inferential valid mind. We have to use the logic. It means you're not seeing, but you use the logic. Use the logic, something like you see on the mountain there's smoke, but no fire, But you see the smoke, you use the logic. Yeah, there is fire because there is smoke. So this you use the intelligence. There's dynamic quality of the mind, Dynamic quality, one is intelligent. Intelligent means using logic. Then for us, we have also extremely hidden phenomena, right? So we have extremely hidden phenomena. We have to rely on the very authentic person. For example, like we are relying on the scientists a lot, because they say something, they use all these microscope or whatever, proof. So we use some authentic person, because if scientists say under the Mount Warning there are many minerals, we have nobody can. It is extremely hidden phenomena for us, but we have to rely on the very authentic person, Something we rely on authentic worldly, rely on authentic, then that means it is extremely hidden phenomena. So it means the mind does have quality. So it means when Shantideva was saying, when we meditate on the mind, right? First, very important, extremely important, you have to do a meditation posture, and then completely relaxing your mind, relaxing your mind. No any intention, just completely relaxing and loosing your mind, loose. Then well-being of the mind open. And this is like openness, open. When the mind opens, then clarity and luminous is another quality of the mind, isn't it? Clarity. So it means you should not conform your mind any part of your body. You should not conform that. Remember, any part of your body. You should not conform your mind any part of your body, but completely losing your mind. This well-being of the mind open. When open, then mind become more clear and luminosity. When mind become clear, then sensitivity and object appear very clearly. Then clearly, this is kind of meditation we should. And also, during meditation time, we should use keep using our mental, do not sink your mind, be alert to your mind, do not sink your mind, but keep looking, continuously looking means try to build good memory, and so then the mind, when the mind open, open mind means disengage with the no conformation, and mind become more clear and more luminosity. Then be alert, keep looking, not and try to not dominate your mind by negative energy or the ignorance. Then when the mind ignorance arises, then you lose your nature of the mind. When you lose the nature of the mind, then mind becomes more clouded and mind becomes more impure. So therefore keep looking, and when you meditate to see the nature of mind, isn't it? So then this is what Shandita was talking about. This chapter number 2 is purifying mind. But in order to purify mind, we have to know what is real, what we are looking, right? We are looking for the nature of the mind, right? So we are looking for the nature of the mind, which is the beauty is nature of the mind. So you're not making the beauty, right? You don't have to make the beauty, is already there. So therefore, you have to find that beauty. All you have to do is to recognize the beauty. Do not produce the beauty from the mind, because nature of mind is ever, it is pure forever. But what we are not seeing is the beauty there, but we are not seeing that beauty because our ignorance polluted that beauty. So therefore what we have to do is keep going and meditation, and little by little, then eventually we will be able to see these clear